with Tobi and Harry from 12th Hour Avenue. They've joined me to talk about their music so you can find out a little bit more about them. So would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Toby. I play drums and sing.
I'm Harry. I play guitar and bass, kind of bass.
And together we're 12 Avenue. So
thanks for joining me on my channel. So how did you come up with the name of the band?
It's funny, really. We struggled for a name for a long time. I don't know if you remember this. We went to a like pub near where we live, and we were trying to come up with a name, and a couple overheard us trying to come up with a name, and at the time they said, "Oh, sorry to butt in, but you should put a number in there, like call it like the M25." And I said to Harry at the time, I don't want to call ourselves the M25 because that doesn't really, I don't know. But that kind of stayed with us. But I met Harry about 5 years ago. We were working in a cinema together. And we were working literally 9 to 9, so 12-hour shifts. And that's where I met Harry. And the first, we came here, which we're at now at my house, and I live on a road called Letcher Avenue. And and so we kind of just put the two and two together. So 12-hour Avenue.
I think the guy's reasoning for the number was so we'd be at the top of your artist list. Yeah. But we didn't realise that you're actually on the bottom if you got a number. The whole thing was a bit of a mess. But he meant well,
Yeah, bless that couple. Thank you for helping us out. But that's where it all started.
So back in April, you released your new single, Worth the Days. What's the song about?
Oh God, I don't know.
It's interesting because I think we both kind of got into relationships at the time. So I think subconsciously, our songwriting, Harry pretty much wrote the whole song. And it's good. It's pretty good.
Have a massive ego.
It's and at the time, we were kind of in that mindset, and it's just a kind of you're just waiting to see someone. I guess you're just kind of it's worth the working week to kind of wait to see them. I don't know
I don't know. It's a weird one, I think, because I don't want to speak for you. Obviously you're hugely talented, but I mean, like I don't think as like a songwriter, I don't think I'm really good enough to sit down and be like, okay, I want to write a song about interviews or a laptop or whatever. I don't know why you do that, but I'm not skilled enough to be like, okay, this song is going to be about loneliness or something, and sit down and write it. It just kind of like looking back on it, it's like, oh, I guess that was what it was about at the time. There's no way to kind of almost like there's no way to lie about it. It just kind of it's about what I don't know how to answer this without sounding really pretentious, but it kind of ends up being about what it's about at the time, what you're feeling at the time and stuff, and it just is a reflection of that, really. So
I agree. It's just what we're feeling at the time. I remember funny enough, when you played the intro, and at the time I was like, yeah, it's good, but I wasn't too keen on it, but I'm so happy we stuck with it because
it was a different sound, I think.
It was.
It's a really long answer. We're just saying we don't really know.
Basically.
We're not really very good. We don't really know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
So what was it like releasing it during lockdown?
It's kind of weird, really, because I thought it'd be quite good because everyone was on their phones all the time. And I mean, luckily for us, it's become our most popular song. So it's kind of worked out quite well. But do you know, I don't know. I mean, if we released it when COVID wasn't going on, I don't really know if it'd be different, really. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was weird because we wrote it before lockdown and before COVID was really a thing.
Yeah, we recorded it just before lockdown. Yeah.
I think we were the last band to record in that studio that we kind of record the music in. We were the last band to record that. It was right on the end of it. Yeah. So I don't know how it affected it in terms of streams and people listening and stuff, but it was a bit weird because usually me and Toby, we live so close together that we kind of, whenever we have a new EP come out or a new single, we meet up or we'll go for a beer or we'll just kind of celebrate it just ourselves, doing something. But this one, it felt a little bit cold because it was like, it's out now and that's it. Maybe a FaceTime to say, oh, there we go, look, the song's out. But so that was a bit strange, but that was probably the only thing that I felt personally anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, I don't know what other people think it sounds like, but for us, we thought it sounded quite like summery, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's like because it's more upbeat. So we wanted to release it during that kind of time. Because I think if we released it in winter, I don't know, might not have had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Really. Oh yeah.
But
There's a theme going on here. Rambling.
So.
Do you feel that lockdown had any impact on the release, whether it was good or bad? At the time, you may have kind of answered it slightly in the previous answer.
Well, I mean, it's luckily our probably most popular song, which is great. So maybe it did work.
Yeah.
But as Harry said, it was weird to, when we released it, we couldn't kind of meet up and
we can't play it live. We couldn't rehearse it or anything. Yeah. So that was the weird part.
It was strange
because you get all excited about putting stuff out and then we couldn't really do anything with that. We couldn't go and play it, rehearse, and then use that kind of excitement to then write more stuff. It just kind of, it was a bit cold. But I suppose it's like there's both, and it's good because we got more streams and people seem to like it. But then bad because we couldn't then play it live and have fun that way.
Yeah.
So touching on that with your live performances, what's been your favourite performance to date and why?
Well, I can tell you our worst live performance. Harry can.
Yeah, Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Portsmouth is probably my favourite actually as well. Portsmouth was just an absolute nightmare of a gig. It was the worst gig we've ever had.
The only gig of last year we played.
The only gig of 2019 we played because we thought we'll play live again in 2020 and we'll try and book another little small UK tour again or something in 2020, and obviously that hasn't happened. So the last gig we had was Portsmouth, and we now have a thing where whenever something goes wrong, if we're rehearsing and it goes wrong, or we're writing a song we can't quite figure it out, we always say, it's not Portsmouth, it's fine, it's going to be all right. Because we got there, we were told that the BBC would be there, and it was going to be quite a big gig. I mean, they're sold out, so you're going to have a wristband on, so we know you're the band, and when you get there, so we were getting quite kind of nervous, excited for it because it's quite a big opportunity, BBC being there and stuff, and it was really good. And when we got there, and there was 4 people in the crowd. The promoter was drunk or something else, I don't know, and it was just a bit chaos. It's hard because obviously I'm thankful that they even had us for a gig, but it was not great because Tobi's snare drum was falling into his lap. So halfway through a song, I turned around to Tobi, and he had the snare drum in his lap.
Playing like this.
Yeah. Your stool was wobbly.
Yeah,
so every time he went round to the ride cymbal, he was almost falling off. So Tobi's there doing this high wire act, and my guitar was weirdly out of tune as well. I couldn't quite get it. It's one of those gigs where nothing goes right.
And then a guy, I mean, we were halfway through a song, and a guy came up to Harry on stage and went there's an amp that's been stolen. Is it yours? And Harry's like, well, no, I'm playing out of it right now.
Yeah.
So that was the worst performance.
The worst gig ever. I think that is probably my favourite though, although it was so bad. And we got in the car and we were driving back from Portsmouth.
We didn't say a word.
It was silent for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think it's my favourite, and it sounds, again, it's going to sound a bit pretentious, but it's my favourite because now we've dealt with it. We've dealt with that. We've dealt with Tobi having a shaky stool and a snare drum in his lap. We've dealt with that. We've dealt with people thinking that I've had a guitar stolen whilst I'm playing out of, a guitar amp stolen whilst I'm playing out of a guitar. So all the weird stuff that goes wrong in gigs, we kind of had everything in one go. So it's nice to be okay, we've done the worst gig. Hopefully it's only uphill from here.
Yeah, I think, I don't know.
So what would be your dream venue to perform at, and why?
I mean, I think I can speak for both of us here. I think, in a world where we could play it, but Red Rocks, which is in America.
That would be amazing.
Is this venue, it's kind of on the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
it's and it's kind of up. It's just such a cool.
You can't.
venue.
Yeah, it's hard to describe because it's just mountainy and it's beautiful. It's just stunning. I imagine if we could ever play that venue, playing there and just looking out and being this is unbelievable. It's more than a venue. It definitely has even though I haven't even been because it's in America. I think it's in Utah. it just has an energy from it that I would love to do that. But then I'd also love to play the Cavern as well. Obviously, it isn't the same place that the Beatles played at. They've kind of rebuilt it, but it's I'd love to play there because obviously the Beatles are the best band ever. So to play near where they played would be amazing.
Good. If you could give one piece of advice to anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps, what would it be?
Following our footsteps. I mean, you're following our footsteps. You're already better. You're already better than us. I don't know. You just got to keep at it, really.
Yeah.
Just always write as much as you can.
Yeah.
Just try and play anything you can. Maybe if an idea. I mean, we came up with an idea a few years ago that we still haven't recorded yet, and we hopefully will within the next year or so. But like, even if you have an idea and you come up with it at the time, and it's not ready or right for your release, then just save it. Always shelf stuff because it might come out
don't
later.
Just throw it away or something.
But just have fun. I think that was the main thing. I think you know, a lot of people try and tell us what we sound like, and you can't really have two people doing it. And we've had a lot of stuff over the years. But I think for us, the main thing is, we'll make music and we'll just have fun playing it. And I think that's the main thing. If you're having fun playing it, then I think we'll probably end up making music for the foreseeable future, as long as I can think of, really. Same.
Even if no one hears it.
Even no one listens to it. I mean, we're doing it for us. We're not doing it for anyone.
Well, I think it's like, you just as long as you, I don't know, I think it's as long as you're passionate about it and you enjoy it, just keep doing that. Because I saw this interview with an artist called Saint Vincent, who's really good, and she was saying that if you stop writing and the voice gets turned down, the little kind of creative voice and ideas and stuff, over time it will slowly turn itself down and then turn itself off. So just keep on writing stuff. And that's something that kind of hit home with me, is like, I remember when we had a time when we weren't writing much, we were just playing live, and it then was really hard to then write anything new when we wanted to record new stuff. So that would be a piece of advice that I'd give as well. It's her advice I'm trying to steal, is just write stuff all the time. Keep writing it. Even if you think it's naff, write it down, and it might turn into something later, or it might just keep that kind of creative flow.
But just have fun.
Have a good laugh. Have a good laugh.
So finally, what's next for you?
I think Harry needs to get a haircut. I think that's what's next. No, I'm kidding.
That is a good one.
We're writing a lot at the moment. We're hopefully going to release 2 songs next year, hopefully. But we're literally writing and just trying to write as many songs as we can at the moment.
Yeah,
that's the next stage. With gigs, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we haven't got any booked yet, but we're meant to play quite a few this year, but obviously they've all been cancelled. So I don't know what's going to happen if we're still booked in to play for next year or whatever. I don't know. So
we've got Lockdown 2.0 coming up in a couple of days too. So I think it's going to be writing from a distance, really. But trying to keep creative and keep busy, I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So massive thank you, Toby and Harry, for joining me on my channel. And if anyone would like to check out 12 Hour Avenue, I'll leave all the links in the description below for you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.